Every day, you consume vast amounts of information but forget most of it. What if AI could be your external memory? In this video, I will show you how to build an AI-powered second brain that never lets a single idea slip away. Your note-taking is wasting time AI could already be saving. You are losing precious knowledge every single day. Buried notes stay hidden, forcing you to recreate what you already knew. Imagine the collective hours wasted. The key insight is that your memory becomes the bottleneck. Information slips away when it's not immediately accessible. This frustration signals the urgent need for a system that works with your mind, not against it. Think of every notebook, every app, even your bookmarks. They're all isolated, disconnected islands. The brilliant connection you had last month can't talk to the critical fact you saved yesterday. So that breakthrough idea, it's stranded and useless. The key insight is that information in a silo loses its meaning and power. Your knowledge becomes fragmented, not unified. You are doing the heavy lifting, but your tools aren't. You spend precious mental energy on filing and sorting work that should be automated. What this means is you are constantly rebuilding context instead of building upon it. The real cost isn't just time, it is the perpetual loss of momentum that keeps your most valuable insights just out of reach. Stop. This next part changes everything. Building on that, most take notes wrong. Here's why AI will replace manual note-taking. A second brain isn't a passive container. The key insight is it actively surfaces connections you'd have missed. What this means is, you are not just storing memories, you are building an intelligence partner that interprets your information and pushes insights back to you, turning your notes into a dynamic, creative force. Think of every note or document you have ever saved. Now, imagine they are suddenly talking to each other. The system sees a concept mentioned here and immediately links it to a similar idea over there. That's the transformation, from isolated data points to an interconnected web of your own intelligence, actively working for you. But here's the real power, your intelligence becomes instantly accessible. You are no longer searching through files. You simply ask a question in plain English, and the system delivers the precise insight or synthesized summary you need. The bottleneck of memory is eliminated, putting your entire accumulated knowledge at your immediate command. Here's where most people completely miss the point. Building on that, your note-taking system is a massive, invisible time tax. But those AI note-taking apps you are excited about? They are a trap. They trick you into building databases instead of systems that think. You are structuring data, but you are not training a mind. The key insight is that capture and organization are useless without true, intuitive retrieval. What you need isn't a smarter notebook. It is a cognitive partner that actually understands your intent. What if you could capture ideas the second they strike? You need two core tools. The first is for capture. You have ideas constantly in the car, in the shower. You need a frictionless way to imprison them immediately. That's where voice assistants come in. It is not about taking notes. It is about feeding raw material directly into the system before it evaporates. The second tool makes your entire system truly portable. The key insight is that your thinking shouldn't be chained to one device. What this means is that with Cloud Sync, your captured ideas and insights travel with you, instantly accessible from anywhere. This fluid access transforms sporadic notes into a continuous, ever-present intelligence you can consult at a moment's notice. Most people skip this part. That's exactly why they stay stuck. Building on that, your notes are failing you because they are just static records. You know that fleeting thought or brilliant article you will forget? This solves it. We eliminate the friction between your mind and a trusted system. A single tap on your phone captures the raw material of your ideas before they vanish. It's the essential first move, turning potential loss into permanent, searchable assets. Now, that raw capture becomes intelligence. Instead of just transcribing meetings and podcasts, imagine every voice automatically transformed into searchable, actionable text. The friction of manual entry disappears. Your system begins listening for you, turning the spoken word directly into the foundational knowledge of your own AI. But capture alone creates a digital wasteland. Information piles up, useless and overwhelming. The true shift isn't automation, it's transformation. By feeding your system emails, posts, and articles directly, you are not just collecting data. You are constructing a living knowledge base from the very start, turning raw input into immediate, intelligent context. This is the detail that separates beginners from practitioners. Building on that, stop asking AI to save time, it's how you waste it. Right now, your notes are worthless. They sit there. But AI can read them, understand them, and attach context you'd never think to add. It tags them by project, by urgency, by the feeling you had when you wrote them. Your chaos gains order automatically. Suddenly, every scrap of information becomes instantly, powerfully retrievable. This is the shift from a static archive to a living system. The AI does not just file things away, it builds intelligent, interconnected relationships between every piece of information you provide. What this means is your database evolves with your thinking, proactively surfacing forgotten connections and creating a true extension of your own memory. What if your system could anticipate your needs? The key insight is that relevance is contextual, not static. What this means is your smart filters learn from patterns in your queries and projects, pushing the most useful notes to the forefront precisely when the context demands it. Your chaos becomes structured not by you, but for you. If you have been skimming, now is the time to pay full attention. Building on that, your note-taking is broken. Here's the AI truth nobody tells you. This is the moment everything changes. You are not just searching for keywords anymore, you are asking complex questions, and the system understands your intent. The AI synthesizes everything you have captured, connecting ideas across hundreds of notes to deliver a single, precise answer directly in your workflow. It is intelligence that works for you instantly. Stop believing summaries are just time savers. That's surface-level thinking. The real power is synthesis. Your AI doesn't just recall a project, it weaves disparate lessons into a strategic insight you've never seen before. This is about accessing a new tier of reasoning. It's the difference between finding a file and discovering your next breakthrough idea. Now, retrieval can feel like magic, but that's the illusion. You have built this engine for insight. So do not just fetch notes. Command your AI to analyze a week's conversations and directly generate a prioritized action list in your task manager. That is how knowledge finally escapes your notes and shapes your real-world momentum. Everything covered so far leads to this single idea. Building on that, your note-taking is a memory leak AI can instantly patch. But what if your system could look ahead for you? This is the shift from a passive archive to an active intelligence. It analyzes your knowledge and activity to surface critical gaps and emerging connections. So, it does not just remember what you have learned, it intelligently suggests what you need to learn next, keeping you perpetually ahead of the curve. Think of your existing knowledge as a constellation of stars. Automated linking is the system drawing new, unseen lines between them. Suddenly, a new constellation emerges, revealing a pattern you were too close to see. It is this effortless synthesis that transforms your collection of facts into genuine intellectual leaps, sparking your next breakthrough idea. But here's the problem with most recommendation engines: they trap you in an echo chamber. Personalized does not mean pandering. Your system must challenge your assumptions. It should surface the idea you'd dismiss, the author you disagree with. That friction is the catalyst for real growth. Break your own patterns, and your learning becomes a genuine exploration, not just a curated loop. What you are about to hear contradicts what most experts say. Building on that, your notes are outdated before you even finish them. A critical error is overcomplicating your foundation from day one. When you juggle multiple half-learned applications, you guarantee friction and failure. The key insight is this: true power comes from deeply integrating a single, capable system first. What this means is you master its flow for capturing and retrieving information before anything else expands. That focused mastery is your non-negotiable starting point. Here's the silent failure that wastes your investment: deploying a powerful AI with generic knowledge. It cannot think like you or for you. The key insight is that your data, your notes, documents, and preferences is the essential fuel. Without it, the system remains a hollow tool. To make it yours, you must deliberately feed it your world. Your sensitive input and the unique patterns within it are your system's identity. When cloud services process this, you cannot be certain it is not being retained or analyzed. The pattern clearly indicates a fundamental loss of control over your data, which is the very thing that powers your AI. This makes your creation vulnerable by design. What happens next surprises even experienced practitioners. AI can revolutionize how you store and access knowledge. A simple, consistent setup yields compounding productivity gains. Your second brain becomes smarter and more useful over time. Pick one tool from this video, set it up, and share your experience in the comments below.